Something about this isn't adding up. They're going to call this unthinkable. They'll call it isolated. But the truth is, when the same conditions keep stacking up, the outcome stops being shocking. It becomes predictable. I'm not here to replay every detail. I'm no expert. I'm not here to sensationalize this tragedy. I'm here to talk about what events like this mean, what they reveal about the world that we're living in, and why pretending it's just one more incident is the most dangerous lie that you're going to tell each other and we're telling ourselves. Gunmen of the same peaceful religion conducted this attack on Bondi Beach, killing at least 15, numbers are even higher, maybe 20 people. On a Hanukkah celebration, we know what kind of religion celebrates Hanukkah and which religion doesn't really like Hanukkah at all. Now, Australia is a place where people have had their firearms taken away from them. Legislation's been passed. What happened at Bondi Beach during this Hanukkah gathering is being treated by Australian authorities and major outlets as a targeted act of terrorism against the Jewish community, with a gunman killed and another captured, and reports of additional devices being recovered. You know, those kinds that go boom boom. Now, that is coming across the wire, and I wish the very best for the neighbors down in Australia. But, it's a big but, and here's the part Americans should pay attention to. This wasn't about a gun debate. This was about intent, ideology, vulnerability. The big idea: when a society loses its shared baseline, its shared rules, its shared trust, shared standards, you don't get peace. You get pressure, and pressure creates targets. We are seeing the news media, certain people, certain elected officials really run this gamut of accusations and name calling, and it incites people, it triggers people. And I'm going to say this, and this is just my opinion, but I firmly believe this will probably happen again. I really believe that. There are copycat incentives where people will go and capitalize on this. People want a little bit of fame. Every high-profile act teaches the next one. It teaches the next would-be attacker one thing: attention is guaranteed. Think about how famous Mangione is from the insurance CEO. Think about how popular Tyler Robinson is. And even when we condemn it, we amplify it. And some people crave that spotlight more than they actually fear the consequences. Another point that I'd like to bring up is this soft target math never changes. Crowded public gatherings, combine that with symbolic days, religious days, you have limited immediate resistance. People are just out celebrating. Think back to what happened in Israel. Okay, October 7th. It is a predictable target selection. This is exactly why authorities worldwide raise security around religious holidays and high visibility events. Because it is just, it's an easy target. Strict laws do not erase black markets or intent. The people that are doing this don't care about gun laws. They don't care about the rules. Okay? That's not, you're not going to deter them with a sign saying it's a gun-free zone. One of the most important takeaways that I can recommend here from the event in Australia, that even in a country known for strict firearms regulation, attackers still found a way to execute this event, this casualty, this mass casualty plan. That doesn't automatically answer every policy question, but it does prove a point. The law does not delete evil. I'll repeat that. Laws do not prevent people from doing evil things. They incentivize people to follow the law. Now, I'll say this, and many of you will probably agree with me. Institutional trust is collapsing. Trust in law enforcement is withering. People don't believe leaders. They don't believe the leaders are actually competent. They don't believe the systems are fair. They don't believe the rules are applied evenly. And when trust in law enforcement collapses, when trust in these agencies that are supposed to deter this, extremism grows because radicals offer a simple story in a world that feels chaotic. Think about it. And you can radicalize people faster than ever now. Right here, this platform, and some other ones, Telegram, Gab, Parler, all these other radical sort of sites. Look at X, look at Instagram, Facebook. This is the part nobody wants to admit. A person can be radicalized without even leaving their bedroom. Online propaganda, these grievance communities, this algorithm-fed outrage. Think about the last time you said something about Candace Owens, and then you get 35 articles about that. This compresses years of hardening into months. You can radicalize these people in days. They can just sit and consume. They just doom scroll. Vetting and enforcement gaps create openings. Now, let's talk policy like adults. If you don't want to see this kind of stuff happening again, a nation has the right and the duty to know who is entering their country, why they're here, and whether they pose a risk. When you don't know who is in your country, when vetting is weak, when enforcement is inconsistent, when removals are slow, you create a simple reality. Bad actors exploit the gaps. It's not an accusation against a whole group of people. It's a statement about how security systems work. Why we're seeing a rise in this stuff now. Here's my final read. We have a culture that rewards maximum outrage. We have institutions that look hesitant and always behind and reactive. We have communities living in separate realities. We have places in the United States where they're trying to institute Sharia law. We have porous systems, informationally, culturally, and in some cases, physically. We've got a barrier now at the southern border, but we didn't for 4 years. That makes it easier for extremists to move, recruit, and act. What happened in Australia? They just removed the ability for people under the age of 16 to use social media. It's a little too late, isn't it? But that's the recipe. And when something like this happens, what do leaders often propose? Not accountability for their own failures, not accountability for their lack of ability to do something, not competence upgrades, not improving these soft targets. They propose less freedom. They want to take your rights away, normal people, and more power for the same institutions that miss the warning signs. Think of the Patriot Act. Remember that one? And that's why the public is skeptical, because the pattern's always the same. You get more restrictions, they get more authority. My message is simple. Be alert, demand competence, be serious, demand real vetting, know your surroundings, know your community, know where you're going, and stop letting people gaslight you into calling obvious patterns unpredictable. Because if we keep pretending this is random, we guarantee you it won't be the last time. Smash the like and subscribe button. This is just my personal opinion on what we're seeing. It's going to continue to happen until we have real accountability and you make some of the punishments for these crimes public. You make these crimes, the punishment for these crimes public, when the punishments get more publicity than the crime, things change. Till then, buckle up. Use the Second Amendment. Protect your family. See you in the next one.